Like we don't flush enough money down the toilet, gay Dems want their own museum and want you to pay for it. Yeah, about that. I'm Jasper Gonzo, and this is what's next.
It's a no for me, though.
Good Friday, everyone. Jasper Gonzo here, another episode of What's Next. Well, after the untold billions that have been proverbially flushed down the toilet, and of course, the latest has been more money is going to be given to Ukraine, pushing over $90 billion. Well, what the hell? What's a few million more? Gay Democrats in Washington want their own museum. Everybody's got a museum. The alphabet wants their own too. Well, yeah, that's a no from me. But take a look, shall we? This comes out of the blaze. Gay Democrat introduces legislation to create a alphabet museum in Washington, D.C. Democratic Representative Mark Pocan of Wisconsin, an openly gay member of Congress, of course, has put forward bills related to the establishment of an alphabet museum in Washington, D.C. One measure would create the commission to examine the possibility of forming a national museum of American alphabets, history, and culture, while others bill would officially create such a museum, according to a press release. Quote, as our community faces unprecedented attacks and attempts to erase our history, our diversity, our inclusion, our wokeness, we must preserve and protect our stories for future generations. Pocan said, according to the release, it is vital to remember our collective past, particularly when certain states seek to constrain or repeal existing rights by passing bills that harm the alphabets and our community at large. Let's tell these stories and honor many contributions to the alphabet community has made to this nation with a museum in Washington, D.C. I look forward to the passage of this legislation and wasting more of the taxpayers' money. By the way, no one will visit. Oh, I'm sorry, visiting this museum into the future, my bad. This is the official tweet from the Alphabet Equality Caucus. Thank you, Co-Chair Mark Pocan, for introducing this bill. As we approach Alphabet History Month, that was June. Anyway, we are reminded that alphabet history is rarely taught, and rightly so. The establishment of this museum will be crucial in celebrating and educating the public about the alphabet experience. According to a press release, the measure to create a commission would call for the body to craft a fundraising plan to support the establishment, operation, and maintenance of the museum through public contributions, and to get an independent review of this fundraising plan, including the analysis of resources necessary to fund the construction of the museum and its operations and maintenance without reliance on federal funds, which means solely, again, your money at work. The group would also be tasked to report on the availability and cost of acquiring collections for the museum, identifying potential locations for the facility in Washington, D.C., determine its regional impact on other museums, as well as to provide Congress a legislative plan of action to establish and construct the museum, the press release stated. The measure would instruct the group's recommendation to discuss whether the Alphabet Museum should belong to the Smithsonian, according to the press release. Following the conclusion of the Commission's efforts and issuance their recommendations, the legislature could weigh the other measure to officially create the museum. Quote, all 9 openly alphabet members of Congress, as well as 50 other Democrats, and I'm sure there are a few knucklehead Republicans, are sponsoring this legislation. My thoughts. Like I said in the beginning of this video, that would be a no. That would be a no. Not one dime of taxpayer money, my money, going to this. Now, if you want to do a GoFundMe, knock yourself out. And I'm sure that there are those in Hollywood And those in DC, political wise, can dig deep in their pockets to create a museum just for you. We have the Smithsonian for a reason. I'm sure there are displays regarding the alphabet in that museum. We have museums that are dedicated to our founding fathers. We have museums dedicated to great people who have changed the scope of this country. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. But having a museum alphabet-based, yeah. Because, your rights are being stripped away as we speak, second by second, minute by minute, because of those dastardly Supreme Court justices. Well, at the end of the day, you want to fund it personally? All day long. I'm with you. I will stand by you. But the second you ask for one dime of taxpayer money, that's where that side by side ends. That's where the support ends. Then again, we already had an alphabet museum. It was called Sodom and Gomorrah. But anyway, with that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. I want to see more just like this. Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.